I'm Simon Borkin. I'm the chair of Friends of Stretford Public Hall, and we are a community cooperative that owns and runs Stretford Public Hall, which is a community hub and heritage building in Stretford in Manchester. Stretford Public Hall is a Grade 2 listed building in neighbourhood of Stretford, so in Trafford. It was built almost 150 years ago, initially as a public hall, so a space where the community would meet. There was a library, swimming baths. Over the years, it basically had various different uses and came and sort of fell into slight disrepair, and the council were looking to dispose of it. So we as a community came together, formed a cooperative, and managed to take ownership of the building in 2015. And since then, we've been running it as a community hub and investing in the building, so bringing it back to life, including renovating we have like a fantastic ballroom. So we transformed the ballroom into really like modern, but celebrating the kind of history of the building and the space. And so we have all sorts of events and activities there, from live music to comedy to theatre to life drawing. We have a whole series of health and well-being activities that local residents and people can use that are affordable and inclusive. We have singing workshops, events, conferences, weddings, and so it's a real kind of hub for the community in Stretford. Well, I suppose it will work in a number of ways. So we very much feel like we are part of the social economy. So we're set up as both a cooperative, so we're owned and run by the community, and they become members. And we're very enthusiastic and kind of passionate about participation and getting people to take a stake in their local economies and in the spaces that they kind of use. So I suppose for us, our business is about showcasing what we do to inspire others. But I think also it's for us to like learn, because we're almost 10 years in the making, but we're still loads for us to learn and how we can grow. We want to keep improving the space. We've got lots of potential in the buildings. We've got a huge basement that we want to sort of transform into like a space for like performing arts and work with young people. And we also just want to we obviously both employ local people. We spend money in the economy, and we'd like to kind of connect with other social businesses and create that kind of ecosystem. And our business hopefully is a way that will connect us with other social businesses across Manchester. The main thing I think is raising awareness and visibility of different types of organisations, because I think people think of things in a very binary way, that you've got commercial businesses and then maybe like the public sector and then kind of traditional charities. But actually there's this like really interesting kind of alternative business models, social enterprises and co-ops. And I think they've often been lost in a kind of simplistic view of the economy. And so I think, raising awareness so people understand there are alternative forms of business that they can, one, trade with and use their spending power to support, but also maybe think about for their own careers or work, and so get more people starting and working for social businesses. Well, I think what we'd say is if they know about Stretford Public Hall and they hopefully have a positive experience of coming to our building and taking part in our activities, then actually it's to let them know that actually this is part of a wider movement, and they could get involved in other initiatives, both in Stretford, in Trafford, and across Greater Manchester. And also, I suppose, just recognise that actually not only is it important that there are what I would say kind of socially led businesses, but actually making sure that the buildings and the assets and the infrastructure that are in local places, we can encourage people to think they can take ownership of those, and obviously safeguard them to make sure that they continue to support, to be there for the community in the long term. Well, I mean, the main thing for me is that this is the first kind of time that I've met the other kind of organisations and partners. A lot of them, organisers and partners, are involved in our business. So for me, it's just been great to start to understand. Like we've seen obviously the Our Business kind of brand and the kind of concept, but now it's starting to feel real, and it's great to kind of meet people and like make those connections and think about the potential of what it can do in terms of sort of creating that kind of movement across Greater Manchester.